My name is Dathan, and I'm an associate of the special prosecutor of this sector, who's responsible for the imprisonment, torture, and execution of those belonging to the Way, or otherwise known as Christians. Did I kill Stephen? You damn right I killed Stephen. And if I could, I'd kill him again. Stephen was brought before us because he was accused of blasphemy and speaking against God and Moses, and saying that his false Messiah, Jesus of Nazareth, was going to destroy this temple and raise it back up in 3 days. But the most serious charges were his blasphemy against God and Moses and our customs and laws. So he was brought before the council, and the high priest asked him, "Are these things so?" And Stephen did a pretty good job going down the history of Israel, talking about our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Jacob's sons, Joseph, Moses, our lawgiver. And he did a pretty good job giving us a good history lesson on the history of Israel. I had no problem in what he was saying until he looked towards us in an accusatory tone and called us stiff-necked and accused us of disobeying the law of Moses. Now, we're not going to have any of that. And something in me just stirred up. And naturally, because this man belongs to the Way, or the Christian church, so-called, the man had to die. And I felt nothing for him. I didn't care about what he said before then. I mean, he was talking rightly about our church fathers and Abraham. But when he accused us of not obeying the law and being stiff-necked and putting to death the prophets, that man deserved to die. It so enraged me as he kept talking. I just wanted to shut him up. Shut up! How dare he say that I didn't keep the law, that my brothers and my fathers here do not keep the law, and that we put to death the prophets. How dare he say that? Now, am I to obey this so-called Messiah that he says has come? No. That man deserved to die. So we took him out of that place to a place where he needed to be put to death. And so we took him down, and we were going to execute him. Plain and simple. And when we got there, he looked up. He looked up towards heaven. And he said that he could see the Son of Man standing at the right hand of the Father. Well, I saw blood when he said that. How dare you say that? And that man, as we were committed to killing him, that man looked at us, and would you believe that he asked his God to forgive us? The rage within me just grew and grew. So I picked up a stone like this, and I cast it at him until he was dead. And all the while I was stoning him, he kept asking his God to forgive me and not to hold it to my charge. The more he said that, the more I wanted him to be put to death. Did I kill Stephen? You damn right I killed Stephen. And if I could, I'd kill him again. I went and picked up my cloak where Saul was standing. And as I went to stand over Stephen's dead body, I went down and looked at him, and he looked as though he was sleeping. Imagine that. And I picked up one of these stones that I threw at him. When I was throwing stones at him, they were covered in blood. But when I went over his body and picked up these stones, it had these words covered in each and every one of those stones. It says love. I'm not amazed at things like this happening. What's coming down now is that my special prosecutor, Saul of Tarsus, is about to receive letters from the high priest. And we're about to make our way towards Damascus. Now Saul is an intense man. Saul will put anyone of the way or otherwise Christians to death. You either obey our law or we will put you to death. And so will he. We're going to receive letters in a few days from the high priest. And we're going to make our way down to Damascus. Him and myself and another companion will be traveling to Damascus to bring these Christians bound in chains. I don't care if they're women, don't care if they're men, children, don't care. If we know you're belonging to Christianity, we're going to bring you back to Jerusalem in chains, and you will face execution. So in a few days, we'll be heading to Damascus. And I'm telling you, my master Saul, I will die at his hand. I'll die at his word. Anything he says, any way he says it should be, that's the way it should be. And I follow him to my death. So now we're going to meet those of the way, those Christians in Damascus head on. Get ready, Christians in Damascus. We're coming for you next.